corruption after corruption case continues to pull back India. There was really a moment of history that was witnessed in India's aerospace when in Bangalore, the country's own homegrown fighter jet, the Tejas, was officially handed over to the Indian Air Force. Defence Minister A.K. Antony handed over 2 Tejas aircrafts to the Air Chief Marshal P.V. Nayak, officially paving the way for the indigenous fighter to be inducted into the Indian Air Force. The Tejas program has, of course, frequently been criticized for major time and cost overruns. The program scientists are now sure that the Indian jet has turned the corner. The Indian Air Force has only so far ordered 40 jets, an indication of its lack of confidence in this aircraft. Though a souped-up, more powerful version of the Tejas is already in the pipeline, and the Air Force is likely to buy at least 150 of those upgraded ones. The Tejas is a light multi-role fighter built largely with Indian technology and capable of missions across the spectrum, including air combat, ground interjection, anti-ship, amongst others. After a quarter of century inside labs and test tarmacs, the declaration of the initial operation clearance today couldn't have come a moment sooner. All right, Shiv Arur has been closely tracking those developments. Shiv, where does it go from here for the Tejas? How much more time before the light combat aircraft actually starts active squadron service? Yes, we've seen it take off, but when does it actually fire those missiles?
Well, these 2 aircraft will initially be based right here in Bangalore, where they will undergo a series of tests, both by the Air Force and by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, which will be manufacturing these aircraft. A lot of teething troubles are anticipated, of course, when an aircraft platform is first handed over to a customer. Those will be ironed out, of course. The entire maintenance facilities, which are here, of course, in the aviation centers of Bangalore, will be on standby to assist for any real problems. And it's only towards the end of next year and thereafter that we will actually see squadron service. There's an airbase called Sulur near Coimbatore in Tamil Nadu, where the first 2 Tejas squadrons will be made operational. That will happen sometime in 2012, and that's when the Tejas will actually be operational. Okay. For now, they will remain in Bangalore.
But Shiv, we've seen so many controversies, so many delays surrounding this aircraft. How do we know that this is really the definitive moment? How big really this is an achievement? Do we know that now the aircraft is finally there?
Well, absolutely. The Tejas has been a deeply criticized program for much of its lifetime. But the fact is, at the end of the day, what this program really gives India is its very own fighter, and there is no second-guessing the value of operating an aircraft that you've developed and built yourself, simply because no matter where you buy aircraft from in the world, at the end of the day, you are finally hostage to another nation. You've pumped in millions of dollars into another country's economy. With the Tejas, what you're basically doing is buying an aircraft that you've built with your own know-how, with your own technology, with the sweat and blood of hundreds of Indian scientists. Now, that is not to say that the Air Force is completely satisfied with what it is getting right now. That criticism, a lot of it was 100% warranted. But the fact is now, lots of time and cost overruns, lots of delays. But the fact is, initial operational clearance has been achieved. And a couple of years from now, final operational clearance will happen, and we'll see squadron service. And it will be, after all, India's own fighter. And there's definitely no second-guessing that.
Absolutely, Shiv. It might be a lot more expensive and has come at a lot more delay, but at the end of the day, it is indigenous.